It's time for the match game, Hollywood Square. Hour with from Real People, Mark Russell. From Happy Days, Anson Williams. From Another World, Mary Page Keller. From Mr. Smith, Leonard Fry. Pat McCormick. And the stars of the match game, Hollywood Square's Hour, Gene Raymer and John Bowman. There you are. Okay.
What? You're going cut, and they're going. What do we do?
It sounded like they were booing, but they were not.
No, they're mooing.
They're mooing, yes. All right, we welcome you and thank you for showing up. You're a beautiful bunch of coconuts, right? And we are going to do the best we can on your behalf as we get underway here with the match game Hollywood Squares. What do you say we begin by greeting our celebrities over here?
Can they do it?
Yes. Yes, here we go.
Hello,
Captain, I just want to remind everybody it's National Forestry Week, so take a tree to lunch. This is your last day.
I took one look at these people. I'm not sure.
Oh, yes,
I really
you
want
are.
to do this.
Sit down.
Sit down, right.
You'll love it.
Everybody under control up here?
Hello,
No,
Boozer.
we're out of
Boomer.
control.
Excuse me.
Yes. You ready?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Oh, good. I brought my accompaniment.
In answer to practically no requests, this, by the way, is all that's left of the Los Angeles Philharmonic after the budget cuts for arts and humanity. But I just came from Washington, by the way. They've got a tremendous bill that's being introduced in the Treasury Department. They're going to bail out Social Security by taking all of the money and placing it on the fourth race at Churchill Downs. But anyway, here is our little thing. Can you hear that? Oh, turn up, Max. Oh, this is the match game and Hollywood Squares. This is a show where everyone cares. I prefer my piano to a violin, I think, 'cause a violin has no place for placing your drink. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy and everyone for voting for me for this wonderful Oscar. What is it?
I love your instrument. Thank you very much, Mark. Now let's say hello to our two players here, Suzanne Guzman and Yvette Roman. Roman. Now, we want to find out who you are and what you do and all that. Tell us about you.
Well, I'm a secretary for a corporation in downtown Los Angeles, and I'm also the Los Angeles District finalist for the Metropolitan Opera Awards. I got second place, and I'm going to Western Regionals.
I bet you're a Metro.
Bravo.
Thank you.
I know it's a terrible imposition, but could you just hit one note for us? Just one note. Now, that isn't asking too much, is it? One note. Wait a minute. What note would you like?
Five.
Five? No, there is no. It's A, C, D, E, F, G, A.
Can I have a chord, Mark?
Hey, give her a chord, Mark.
Yes, accompany the girl.
What's a chord? All right. How about...
Lovely. Thank you. She's a Metro.
20 ducks just landed on the roof.
Now, Yvette, we want to find out about you, please.
I'm from Los Angeles. I'm an aspiring actress, and I study fine arts at USC.
You do? Oh, good for you. That sounds interesting. Now, let's begin the match game. You'll have 3 chances to make as many matches as you can. And the one who's done that most often will be declared the winner and go on to challenge our returning champion on Hollywood Squares for a chance to win up to $30,000. Suzanne, you won the toss. You go first.
I'd like A, please.
You may have A. Here's what A says.
What's A say?
A says this.
A says.
Janet said, all my husband ever thinks about is food, food, food. The only way I can turn him on is to dab blank behind my ears.
Kinky, very kinky.
Do you understand me?
Je comprends, je comprends.
Here we go. Now think, Suzanne. Think. Janet said all my husband ever thinks about is food. The only way I can turn him on is to dab blank behind my ears.
Ketchup?
Ketchup is all right, any food. You know, first round questions can be almost anything. Why are you kneeling?
Because he's not supposed to be there at all.
What do you do? Have you got a job here? Are you with NBC? Come up here.
He came in here to do
Get over
penance.
here. Come up here. Do what I tell you.
This guy just earned some money.
Now, wait a minute. For 2 days now, every time I look out toward the audience, I see you over there doing this. Now, I want to know what you're doing there.
Keep from standing in front of someone.
Well, what are you standing there at all for?
Oh, I'm just working.
What do you do? Now, don't back away from me.
Oh, engineer.
He's a caddy. Somebody's got a bad slice.
What do? You pull the cables?
Once in a while, yes, I do.
And you help them get the shove the camera
Right,
around?
I do. Right.
All right, go over there and push that camera over there. Push it 2
Wait,
feet over
before
there.
he goes, could I
Thank you very
exchange
much. I never
clothes?
found out your name. What's your name? Holland? Olin. All right. Merry Christmas, Olin. Oh, it's after Christmas. I forgot.
No, he's from
We're
Poland.
Next
into
year.
January. Where are we?
Remember that show we were doing a little while ago?
About food,
Now, wait a
nibbling.
minute.
Doing Janet.
I lost my place. This has never happened to me before. You said ketchup. Okay.
Gene, the President Hoover estate called. They want your collar back by 6 o'clock.
Janet
She
said.
said ketchup. Now, the only way I can turn my husband on is to dab ketchup behind my ears. Anson, you're up first. Go.
Hi, Olin. Nice to see you. I might be joining you after this. Well, I'll tell you, personally, ketchup, I put that behind my neck. I put mayonnaise behind
Mayonnaise
my
would be
ear.
good. That'll work. Yeah. You start nibbling your ears.
When do
get
you
the little
put
mayonnaise,
ketchup in
turn it
tuna?
around.
You
Oh,
use
boy.
mayonnaise. That's...
Did you ever hear how they got Virginia Mayo's name?
No, how?
She was in a restaurant and she was ordering a ham sandwich on toast without mayonnaise. And the waitress said, "Virginia, hold the mayo." And she said, "That's it, I'll call myself Virginia Mayo."
Is that that happens that
wait a
way?
minute.
Yes,
Do you believe that?
that happened.
Bennett Surf lives.
No.
Leonard, ignore them.
I always do, and they ignore me. I'm a mustard boy.
You are a mustard boy. All right. That would smart. I don't know how that would turn me. You have no lapels. Have you noticed?
I've noticed. I was hoping you would.
All right. Hello, Mark.
He has no
He
lapels.
has no lapels. He has
He's
no
wearing
lapels.
Sybil Danning's jacket.
All right.
I thought maybe, I don't know, he'd hang a picture of Julia Child on his ear or something, but this is a marriage that has stood the test of an awful lot. He dabs a little garlic.
Garlic would not do it.
Darling!
That's a marriage.
I've been waiting all week for this audience. I really have.
That's right. That's the worst answer he's given all week, and you yay him.
Leave them alone.
All
Leave
right,
them
John.
alone, Gene.
How
Only way I
many
can
people
turn
in
my
this
attention-
audience got off a freight car?
How many people in this audience are still on one?
All right. What do you dab behind your ears, John?
Say your answer and hit a nice note and say, ketchup, like that.
Ketchup!
Ketchup.
All right, Mary.
These are good answers.
Ketchup.
What is that, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir out there?
Yes, after they lost their religion.
Mary.
Well, I'm classier, I guess. Gravy. Au jus.
Gravy. Au jus, right. Good stuff.
Jew.
Thanks for the
All right,
mention.
here's Pat the
Next to
Animal.
John too long.
I should know this. I like food. I take large shots. I don't know. I said butter.
Butter. That's okay. All those were good answers. Suzanne, you picked up one. Now let's see how your opponent does here. Yvette, we've got this for you. Ugly Edna is so ugly.
How ugly is she?
Think softly. Here's how ugly she is. The plastic surgeon took one look at her and said, "You don't need me, you need a blank."
Or that.
Here we go.
Wait.
You're ready. Ugly Edna So Ugly. Plastic surgeon took one look at her and said, "You don't need me, you need a blank."
Mortician.
A mortician. Gone. Over the hill. Okay. All right, Anson.
Well, personally, I'd like to give the lady another shot before we just call it in, so I said new body.
A new body.
What's
you don't
wrong
need
with
me, you
new
need a new body. That's okay. All right, Leonard.
Just needs a new mind. That's
Pull the pelvis one. Cool it.
yeah.
Remember Digger O'Dell? I'll be shoveling off.
Yes.
Undertaker.
Aha. That's a
That's
mortician.
a mortician, isn't it?
Okay, there's one. What do you say, Mark?
I think we fail to perceive exactly how ugly she really is. She needs a welder.
A welder. What an imaginative answer.
Very imaginative.
Very.
But will it match?
No. She's looking for a mortician.
Well, she's got an undertaker. It's
Okay,
good.
that's two for her. Now, Mary, let's see what
Are you
get.
looking for a mortician? Because I got a mortician.
A mortician. Do not expect Pat to say mortician.
Edna is so ugly. When she goes out on the beach, the snails get up to 60 miles an hour. We have to tie a pork chop around her neck to get the dog to play with her. In the dictionary, next to the word ugly, is Edna's picture. If I mispronounce this, it's right.
What is it?
Magician.
Magician. Right. That is not a mortician, but there you go. Now there's the end of round one, 3-1 in Yvette's favor. Round two coming up right after this. And here we go with round two. Now, Yvette, you're ahead. You have to go first.
B, please.
All right. Here's what B says. Weird Wanda is taking a course in taxidermy. For homework, she stuffed and mounted her blank.
Can I play?
How nice she wants to improve herself.
play?
I think that's
play.
wonderful.
You can write it down and sell it to Pat. He'll give you a nickel for it.
You get 3 lousy jokes for it. Sell it to Pat, you'll get 3 bad jokes.
Have you got a good one? Let me see what it is. Okay.
That's the one.
Here we go, Yvette. Weird Wanda is taking a course in taxidermy. For homework, she stuffed and mounted her blank.
Husband.
Her husband. Okay. Husband, Anson, what do you say to that? You mean
Husband, that's
you're
what I mean.
tired of being such a perfect
That's
person?
it, I finally scored.
Acting.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. He's going to get the Academy Award yet. Mark.
Well, again, she's weird.
She is weird.
Yeah.
That's the word. The
That's
operative
why
word.
It's an exacting job. It
Yeah.
requires tweezers and tiny little instruments to stuff your gerbil.
Your gerbil.
Yeah.
Very difficult. Because they're small creatures.
Well, I had
Well,
them
any
for a while
household
over
pet
there.
while I'm
They-
down here, would you care to show and tell here?
Well, I'm going to help her out. Also help the face.
Your husband. All right, Yvette, you're up to 5. And now let's see if Suzanne catches up with you here. Rick Spit. That's a guy's name. He's a
name?
punk rocker. Rick Spit, the punk rocker. He likes to be different. Instead of dyeing his hair blue, he dyed his blank blue.
Don't look at me.
Put it in. We don't have all day, Anson. This is not a mini-series.
You inspired this answer.
All right. Suzanne, Rick Spit, the punk rocker. He likes to be different. Instead of dyeing his hair blue, he dyed his blank blue.
He dyed his face blue.
His face blue is a good one, Suzanne. Nothing wrong with that at all. Excellent. Face, she said, Anson.
I was going to say it.
Say it.
But looking at Leonard,
Face.
I was so inspired.
There's more
I
acting
came
coming
up
up.
with nose.
Nose. I wouldn't stand for that, Leonard.
I've had enough about my nose. If I had a little nose, I'd never work.
Right.
Suzanne, we must talk after the show because I am an opera fan. I fell in love with the opera. My aunt, as a kid, took me to the opera, the old Met. This is the truth. Her name was Aida Siegel. Oh and when she took me to them, and you, I know, will be a great Carmen.
Yes,
and you will also be a great match.
Aha! All right, and a way to go, Leonard.
Acting. The man keeps acting.
Punk rocker, are they the ones that have safety pins in their noses and things
Yeah,
like
right.
that? That would keep you out of the Lawrence Welk band, I realize
indeed
that.
it would.
Well, I mean this sincerely, posterior.
She did. She did do that. Stuff today. That must have been a wonderful sight. Where are we here? Oh, it's up to you.
Oh, it's me.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Hi, what?
lips.
Well, you were on the same wavelength.
I
I
was in
mean,
the same
face is
area.
close. Face are close to the lips, aren't they?
That's right.
Yes.
I'm storing hams in Leonard's nose. He told me that he was doing that. I'm going to match. Help him out.
Aha! 5-3 to score. So you're creeping up on her. That's the end of round 2. 5-3. Yvette's still ahead. Round 3. Final round after this. Third and final round coming up. Here we go. Yvette, you're still ahead. You go first.
B again.
B again. Two people, one person plays.
Who might it be?
Mark.
Come my light is.
Play a song.
You are the only one
Play us a song, Mark.
that hasn't been. You can. You want to do that?
Well, it would only be an opera, and,
All right.
and I can't do my aria in this area.
You can't. You can't do this, are you? Here it is. Whistler's mother said. Excuse my front.
I like
No. Yes. Whistler's mother said, "I'd like to get out of this rocking chair, but my rotten little son blanked me in."
Mrs. Whistler was 82 years old and her husband was 90 when they got married. They spent their wedding night getting out of their car.
All right, I think you got the idea there, Mark. We come over to Yvette. Whistler's mother said, "I'd like to get out of this rocking chair, but my rotten little son blanked me in."
Painted.
Painted me in. Says painted. Isn't that clever? Don't boo that. Who is a dingbat who's booing? That's a perfectly wonderful answer. Mark, what do you say?
I feel awful. I feel terrible. It tied me in.
Tied? You changed your mind.
Yeah,
What was your first thought?
my first thought was brush me in.
That would have matched, because brushed and painting are the same
That would
thing.
have matched?
Yes, indeed, it would have. I just want to make you feel bad, Mark.
Doing a hell of a job.
All right. Now, Suzanne, you have one shot at it. You need 2 to tie, 3 to win. And I on the opposite shore will be. All right, here we go. When well-endowed Wendy played the accordion.
Oh, no.
You get the picture? Mm-hmm. Well-endowed Wendy is
You
playing
know what
the
she played
accordion.
on the accordion? Lady in Pain.
Hold everything. Hold everything. Now. All right, I'm going to explain to you right now. Let me read the rest of the question and we'll throw it out and then do another one. When well-endowed Wendy played the accordion, Lady of Spain became Lady of Blank. And obviously the best answer would have been Lady of Pain, right? Okay. Mark, you must be feeling better by the
That's really
minute.
my day, isn't it?
This is not your
I'm really
day.
singing right along
All
here.
right. That's okay. I'll just get another question. Don't worry about it. We'll throw this one away, and our producer, Robert Sherman, will hand me this question. What's that?
Good. This is a good conduct medal for gorillas. This guy's all right.
You take this one, and I'll take that one. Thank you, young fellow. All right. Are you ready? This is it. Howard Cosell said, "Sports fans, I fear I may have offended Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. During the last commercial, said player ascended to the booth and dribbled this announcer's blank."
Oh, can I write?
Well, give her a hand. Help the lovely lady.
I'd love to give her a hand.
Do you understand all that? Ready? Now you may say it, Suzanne, if you've thought of one.
Dribble this announcer's toupee.
Toupee! Hey! You need 2 toupees to tie. Do we have a toupee?
Howard wears a toupee?
You rascal.
Well, God, I think this should match because, I mean, it's all
Part?
the same place.
Where?
Head.
Dribble his head. Yes or no?
Honest-
No.
okay.
You got the buzzer on that one.
I know.
What do you say? Got to match. Let's see. Yeah, you got to match this fella right up
I
here.
know a basketball player. He was only 4'9", but he was very good. He only played on warped floors. I, too, had head.
So you got his head, so that means Yvette wins the game. Right over here, if you would please, I'll get you in a moment or so. What a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
We wish you the very best of luck in your career as a mezzo-soprano, and I hope you get all the way to the Met and to La Scala and all those places. Goodbye, Suzanne Guzman. Hello there. I love you. She comes right up to my knees here. Listen, it's time now to switch to Hollywood Squares.
Okay.
And we have brought the set on. 3 stars will make an entrance here in a moment or so. And I'm going to change places with John Bauman. He'll be hosting Hollywood Squares. Would you like to sit on my knee?
I'd love to.
Well, let's talk.
Thanks.
All right, here we go. We've got lots more excitement coming your way. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A member of our studio audience will receive Quasar's microwave oven. Computes cooking times and power settings automatically in the Instamatic oven. Also defrost by time or weight, furnished by Quasar. And now, it's time for more of The Match Game. Hollywood Square, Hour with Jenny Lee Harrison. Phil Proctor. Sybil Danning. And taking over, the star of the Hollywood Square, John Bauman.
Okay. We're going to be right back. You'll be back too.
And now, John Bauman and the Hollywood Square.
You know, she said she felt stupid. So we don't want our contestants, if she said, you're tall, I feel stupid, and we don't want our contestants to feel stupid. So Yvette Roman is here, and she has made her way through the match game. We also have 3 new celebrities. High up there, Jenny Lee Harrison.
We are high up there.
Hi, Sybil Danning, and hi, Phil Proctor, who says he is high.
Remember, Yvette, it's bad luck to walk under a black cat.
I have to do this now. Jenny Lee Harrison.
Yes.
Good to
John.
have you with us.
Thank you. Nice
we
to be
haven't
here.
seen you in a while. We've worked together quite a bit. What are you going to be doing next?
Well, this summer I was working on a film. I'm starring in a motion picture called Tank with James Garner and Shirley Jones, which will be out the beginning of next year.
Terrific.
So that's something to watch for.
Okay, well, thanks for being with us, and thank you, Stu. And why don't you come over here and we'll play Hollywood Squares. And now you can sit down and it evens everything up again. Except for me. Okay, but we have, normally we would say in this position, we would say hello to our defending champion. However, our last defending champion left here after 5 appearances with a nice tidy sum of about $35,000 or so.
46.
46, oh, that's right. That didn't even count the last day. 5 appearances is, of course, our maximum. What we do in that situation is these people draw lots backstage among the 3 of them, and one of them wins the defending champion's seat. This person is Jeannie Watson.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Okay, so you want a nice seat. Now, do you want to win some money?
You bet.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, your life to date, 25 words or less.
I'm a legal secretary. I live in Orange County, and I'm a big Washington Redskin fan.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, go Skins and go Hollywood Squares. We're going to play the game till you hear the time's up bell, and whoever's ahead at that point is, of course, our winner. Goes on to play the super match for up to $30,000. Not bad, huh? Our first game is worth $100 plus $25 for every square that either of you should capture. Our champion always gets to start as our champion pro tem. Janine, you get to pick a square. Let's go.
Janine, I hope this doesn't make you nervous, but I don't even know what the Washington Redskins are.
Football.
Oh, football, of course.
Football.
Next question, please.
Okay. You spent a week with a wealthy friend who has a butler. According to Amy Vanderbilt, when you leave, should you tip the butler? Or should you tip the butler?
Tip the butler.
Tip the butler. Okay. You spent a week with a wealthy friend who has a butler. According to Amy Vanderbilt, when you leave, should you tip the butler or is this taboo?
According to Amy Vanderbilt, that's skinflint.
Meow, 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 meow.
This is a very difficult question.
Apparently.
My personal feeling is that you should not tip the butler. He bottles, and you guessed. But I think that Amy, being...
Watch it.
Yes, I think that she will say it's perfectly all right to tip the butler.
Okay. He says you should tip the butler. That's perfectly fine. Agree or disagree? Janine, for the first square.
I'll disagree.
It is okay to tip the butler. In fact, you should. No, you should have agreed with Leonard. He knew what he was talking about, and your opponent gets the first square. That is an O up there, Yvette, for you. You are playing O. Pick a star.
Gene, please.
Gene Rayburn.
Yes, ma'am. I'm talking
Do you
to
mean me?
Yvette.
You're an average American stick-up man, Gene.
I'm the average American stick-up man?
You are.
This clean, all-American looking face is the average stick-up man?
What kind of business are you more likely to stick up? A bank or a gas station?
I tell you, it's astounding. There was a story in the news, in the New York Times a couple of days ago, about the number of bank robberies in America. In one day here, last week, in Los Angeles, there was something like 85 or close to 100 bank robberies in this city alone.
That was just me.
That's right. That was Pat on one of his better days when he's getting around town. So it's, I would say from that, I don't know any statistics on gasoline stations, but I would say banks.
Okay, he says the average American stick-up man is more likely to stick up a bank. Agree or disagree, Yvette?
I'll agree.
He's more likely to stick up a gas station. You should have disagreed, and your opponent...
You got any figures?
Square.
Bluff
No, I don't have
Rondo.
figures on this
No.
one. We'll discuss it later. Okay, Janine, pick a star.
Mary, please.
Mary Page Keller from Another World.
Another planet.
They changed the name of the show?
I'm just
In a scientific experiment, you mate a male cotton bollworm moth.
I'm sorry, what?
Follow this. You mate a male cotton bollworm moth with a female tobacco budworm moth. Got it?
No. Okay, go ahead.
Will they live happily ever after, or will they get locked together and die?
But what a way to go.
Are we trying to mate these two? Is that the question?
Oh, come on, Mary Page. Everyone knows this.
Last Friday night, Mary.
You're mating the two.
I'm mating
Yeah.
the two.
Yes.
Reminds me, I got to send my alimony check in.
That does not sound like a good match. No, they'll be stuck and
They'll
die.
get locked together and die. She says those two different kinds of moths will get locked together and die. Agree or disagree, Janine?
I'll agree with her.
They will get locked together and die. You were right to agree. You get the square. 50 to 25. Janine's in the lead. We're going to be back to complete our $100 game right after these messages. Watch them.
Stay tuned for more of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. Now, back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Square.
All right. 50 to 25. Janine is in the lead, but even more important, we got a $100 game in the balance. Yvette, it is your move, and there are a couple of X's up there, and you are playing O. Pick a star.
Pat to block, please.
Right. You missed this one. The first game goes to Janine. Can you take it, Pat? Which lasts longer? The amount of time Playgirl says the average couple spends on foreplay? Or the length of time you can keep a sheep hypnotized?
You know that I'm the one who carried that experiment on? You know who takes a long time in foreplay are octopus. Never getting ready.
So I don't know.
The choice is the sheep.
It's the amount of time the average couple spends on foreplay or the length of time you can keep a sheep hypnotized. Which lasts longer?
I'm just going for my experience. I'll say the sheep. I had some wild New Year's Eve, I'll tell you that.
He says you can keep a sheep hypnotized longer. Agree or disagree, Yvette?
I'll agree.
You can keep a sheep hypnotized longer. You're right to agree. You get the square, and you do block. Hold it. This is unbelievable. A sheep can stay hypnotized for 3 to 4 days.
Wow. And I had a little...
Try it at home.
Bring him out.
I had Baba 6 days. I had Baba.
Janine, she thwarted you there. You are playing X. Pick a star for me.
Jenny Lee for the block.
Jenny Lee Harrison for you to block. You missed this one. Yvette takes the game. Jenny Lee.
Yes.
You and your pet skunk are walking through your garden, and you accidentally squish a summer squash. You scream and scare your skunk, so he squirts. Will you get more liquid from the squirt of the skunk or from the squished summer squash?
Oh, gross. Anson, you're just waiting for me to answer this, right?
You bet.
You know, I don't think that a skunk puts off all that much squirt. It's just the amount of squirt that he does put off. It smells that bad, right?
Did you call me? Oh.
So I think I think the squash would get off more squirt than the skunk would get off squirt.
She says you'll get more liquid from the squished summer squash than from the squirt of the skunk. Agree or disagree to block, Janine?
I'll agree.
You'll get more liquid from the squished summer squash. You were right to agree, and you get the square, and you do block. Okay, we got a very interesting game going. It's back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back to you, Yvette. Pick a star for your O.
Mark.
Okay.
Yes, Yvette. Beautiful names,
now,
Yvette and
you could have gone to
Janine.
Anson to block. You chose not to, correct?
And John.
Okay. I just have to point that out.
Okay.
Too late now. Mark Russell, which appeared first, Moby Dick or penicillin?
Well, unfortunately, the disease that Moby had could have been cured by penicillin, but it had not been invented yet. And so Moby Dick came first.
He says Moby Dick came before penicillin. Agree or disagree, Yvette?
I disagree.
Moby Dick came before penicillin. No, you should have been agreed, and an X goes up there. Penicillin, in fact, came 77 years after.
He was a bit of a libertine, Moby was. And,
Janine, that's
I
a
was
break
the
for
Save
you.
the Whale poster last year.
I'll go with
Hold
Anson
on, you guys.
Williams for the win.
Anson Williams for the win.
Oh, boy.
Pressure's on.
This is for the game. You love to peer into the lingerie section of your local department store, Anson.
Say that again. Start that
You
again.
love to peer into the lingerie section of your local department
That's
store.
right.
He was talking about that just earlier.
You be
When we
quiet.
were doing our makeup.
He agrees.
Lingerie.
Now, when you do this, do you see more women buying A-cup bras or D-cup bras?
You said you knew that answer.
Darn right I know that. Hey,
Anson has a peeping Tom feeder that he puts on the
remember,
window
yeah,
sill.
this is up my alley.
Peeping Anson, do you have an answer?
Well, I hate to say it, but it's the A cup.
I'll agree with
For
you.
the game. You agree with the A-cup? A-cup it is. You're right to agree. You get the square. You win the game. Okay, you got $225 in a decent-sized lead, but we're going to be back to play a $200 game right after this. You come back too. And our next game is going to be worth 200 smackers plus $25 for every square that is captured. The last game was won by Janine, who has a pretty decent lead, but Yvette, that means you get to start this one. Pick a star for me.
Leonard, please.
Yvette.
Leonard Fry.
Oui. Je suis Léonard.
According to Brides magazine.
Ah, my subscription has just run out.
And not a moment too soon. If you announced your engagement and then broke it off, Leonard,
yes,
what should you do? Put an announcement of the breakup in the newspaper or keep it as quiet as possible?
Put an announcement in the... Well, what about the... Oh, the engagement. Well, isn't there going to be presents and things?
Take it and run.
Take it. You throw an entire Chinese dinner at the wedding. No, I have no idea.
What?
Or just the rice.
You can go into business.
What?
Don't listen, Leonard. Just think. Should you put an announcement of the breakup in the newspaper or keep it as quiet as possible?
I would say keep it as quiet as possible. I see no reason to print it in the newspaper, for goodness sake.
Agree or disagree, Yvette?
I'll agree.
You should put an announcement in the newspaper, according to Brides magazine. You should have disagreed, and Janine gets the first square.
Something like that.
That's a break for you. There's an X up there. You're playing X. Where would you like to put another one?
With Jean, please.
Gene Rayburn.
Janine.
Gene.
Yes.
You've got beach tar on your derriere.
That's a
Guess
resort,
what I've been
isn't it?
doing.
2 weeks at beach tar on the derriere.
According to Mary Ellen's helpful hints, to remove it, should you rub it with toothpaste or sit in a bucket of beer?
Well, as you know, I have a house in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I have my own beach, and it rarely happens there, but I've been on beaches where you get beach tar, which, as you know, is congealed oil, is what happens from the tankers blowing out their tanks in the middle of the ocean or having accidental oil spills. We must do something about that. What do you say we go to Washington and do something about it?
On the other hand, who cares? Should you rub it with toothpaste or sit in a bucket of beer?
What I always use is a little turpentine or any petroleum distillate.
Then you can run. You think that's closer to toothpaste or a bucket of beer?
That's what I put in my beer. So.
No, we do need an answer now because these people have to win some money.
Well, I tell you what, I don't think alcohol would do it, so I would... Well, now, wait a minute. Alcohol might do it. Alcohol might very well do it.
Gene is deciding.
Yes.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess alcohol, the beer would do it.
Sit in a bucket of beer.
Ah, yeah.
You should sit in a bucket of beer to
God,
get
it
the
would
beach tar
certainly
off.
hurt,
Janine,
wouldn't
to Gene, agree or disagree?
I'll disagree.
You should rub it with toothpaste. That is
Right.
good plan because you're right to disagree, and you get the square. And the bell means the time is up.
wonders for your smile.
$275. Our winner, our new champ, it's for real this time, Janine Watson. Congratulations. Good going. That was good playing. You figured that out. What you do right now is mosey on over there, join Gene Rayburn, get set for your shot at the big money.
Oh, well.
Well, we have to say goodbye to you. You did make it through the match game. You did a real good job. You are leaving here with $50. And, of course, our thanks for playing Match Game Hollywood Squares. You're lovely. And now, Gene Rayburn.
Okay, John. All right, we'll be back with our 9 celebrities and our winner here. And to go with the big money right after this.
Now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn.
Thank you, Gene Wood. Here we go. All right, this is your first time up here, Janine. Time for the big money super match. You can win up to $30,000 here. I want to point that out to you. Let's go. We polled a recent studio audience, said write down your best answer to this. Blank Bush. $1,000 for the top answer, $500 for the second most popular, $250 for the third. Whom do you call on for a little help here?
Pat McCormick.
Pat. Blank Bush.
Let's see. Raspberry Bush.
Raspberry Bush is one.
Mark.
Well, of course, our vice president, as we speak, George Bush.
George Bush, 2.
Anson.
2 in the bush.
2 in the bush? One in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Is that it?
2 in the bush.
A bird in the hand.
All right.
It just came out.
Yes,
I mean,
sir. 2 in the bush, George Bush, and Raspberry Bush.
George Bush just went to the home for the...
Now, you can choose one of those, or you can give us one of your own.
George.
You want George? Yeah. Everybody wants George. All right, that's Mark's answer.
Not everyone wants
Here
George.
we go. Let's take a look at the $250 answer. Burning bush.
The burning bush.
You know what that is? It's a beautiful plant that turns a vivid, bright red in the fall. And it's called a burning bush. It was mentioned in the Bible. It's a beautiful thing. All right, the $500 answer says Rose Bush, another popular favorite there.
Yes.
All right, here's your last chance for George Bush. Go! George! You got $1,000.
Okay.
Now it's time to choose a star for the head-to-head match. You may choose anyone you wish, and when that star is chosen, that char is stozen, he will or she will reveal the number in front. It'll be a 10, 20, or a 30. We will multiply your $1,000 by that hidden number.
Okay.
Time now to make your pick.
Oh, this is tough. John.
All right, John. Let's grab that tab and see if it's a 10, a 20, or a 30. A 20. All right, that means
what was it?
She is playing for $20,000. All right. Good luck to you. Here we go. Blank mint. M-I-N-T. Blank mint. Now, Janine, John is ready. It's up to you to match him to collect the $10,000. How do you do that? Blank mint.
I said pepper.
You said pepper. Why do you say it with a sad look in your face?
Well, because I had about 3 other answers.
What were they?
U.S., Denver,
Denver mint?
United States
United
mint.
States mint, all right. I think peppermint is pretty good. I hope it's what John has on his card. If it is, you'll get the 10,000. If not, we'll go over and punch him in the nose. 20,000, I beg your pardon. Thank you very much. 20,000.
All right.
Yeah.
You would ruin this nose?
Yeah, yes.
Well, yeah, the only trouble with peppermint is that it's one word broken up into 2. That doesn't always count on this game. And a lot of times, you know, I don't go with the first thing that comes into my mind, but this time I did, and it was...
A total of $21,275. Congratulations.
She broke my nose by herself.
Hey, maybe that'll
I didn't need you.
You're going to cure your nose. All right, our congratulations to Janine. She's a big winner here. We'll be right back. Stars had the big 3-0. Would all of you grab the tabs and give it a pull right now, please? Go.
Yankee.
Ooh. Mark Russell had the big 3-0. Thank you all. You were splendid. We'll see you back here soon.
Lovely
Gene Waverning inviting you to join us next time.
And John Barrett saying so long for the match game. Hollywood Squares out.
A member of our studio audience will receive Hamilton's Millennium 4 Ladies Porch Watch, Micron plated case and bracelet adjustable hook lock, furnished by Hamilton. The replacement question used in the match game portion of the show was pre-selected at random by the contestant. This is Gene Wood speaking for the match game Hollywood Squares Hour. A Mark Goodson television production.